Hello everyone, welcome back to Malik Joe 34 channel. This is Malik Arjun. So in this today's particular demonstration, what I'm going to show you how you can install your Oracle Home without a GUI mode. That precisely we can call it as a silent mode Oracle Home installation. So the basic question comes into mind is how you are going to install your Oracle Home. What are the various options I have it in order to install my Oracle Home? So typically, if you list it out, I can see these are the three options where you can install your new brand new Oracle Home. One is using a run installer via GUI mode, which needs your GUI setup. So you have to first do a GUI setup and you have to run /run installer that will launch a GUI screen. That's a user interaction mode. So you can give your Oracle home path, you can give the owner and you can give the inventory path and all. You can go ahead and install your Oracle home. Your Oracle home is ready. That's a GUI mode of installation. And the other mode of installation is silent mode of installation. Run using a run installer via silent mode. Okay, I need to remove the GUI via silent mode. There you don't need a GUI setup. So everything is kind of a command line. So you just need to run a run installer, ignore prerequisites, and show progress hyphen silent, and the response file you need to create one response file, and inside the response file you need to pass all the parameter. Where is my Oracle home, and who's my Oracle owner, and what are my group owner, and what is mode of what installation I'm going with, enterprise edition or the standard edition, what edition I'm going with. So all the details you need to pass here, and then run the run installer. It will do a command line installation. You don't need of any GUI setup here. So most of the industry, banking sectors and the insurance sector, they will go with the silent mode installation, because the GUI setup is kind of they will think at a security breach, so they will not allow to go with the GUI mode. So you have to go with silent mode installation. That's a second thing. So these are the brand new installation. You can go with the GUI or the silent mode. And the other mode of installation is using a clone with the existing home, with the existing Oracle home. If you already have your 12C Oracle home or 19C Oracle home, you can just take a tar backup of that and then use a clone.pl, and then you can create your own Oracle home. So that's kind of a duplicating your existing Oracle home. So this is again, it comes into the later part of that. If you are building a brand new infrastructure, so you have to either go with the GUI mode with a run installer, or you have to go with the run installer with the silent mode. So in this particular today's topic, I'm going to talk about this silent mode installation. I'm going to show you a demonstration on how you can use this silent mode installation. Right, so install your 12.2 binaries in silent mode. This is what I'm going to demonstrate here. So this is typically have around 5-7 steps here. Like first you need to download the 12C software from Oracle eDelivery and then unzip it. And once you unzip, you have to take existing DB install response file as a backup, and then edit that on original response file. So that typically where you unzip it, you will see that response file. I'm going to show you in a minute, and then modify that response file and then run the run installer. And once the run installer is done, you can verify, you can run the root script, that is the execute your root script, and then that completes your Oracle home installation. And do a post verification, like verifying your LS patches and LS inventory, and verifying your context central inventory, like inventory.xml, so that if you're able to check your Oracle home in the inventory file, so that concludes your successful Oracle home installation. These are the typically 7 steps I'm going to demonstrate now here. So this is my Oracle test server. If I do cat etc Vara tab, so this is my already existing 12C Oracle home here, user and app Oracle product 12.2 DB home. What I'm going to do, like first step, is download your software from Oracle eDelivery. So for that, what I'll do, I will just go into uh, Oracle eDelivery site here. Let me go here, Oracle eDelivery. This is your Oracle eDelivery. You can go into Oracle eDelivery site here, and then you can log in with your personal ID or whatever it is, whatever the user ID you have it in your Oracle eDelivery. And then I can run here. I can use my Gmail ID to log into my Oracle eDelivery. I'm just going to show you like how you can download your Oracle binaries. Oracle Oracle database. Right, so you can get your Oracle database here and search here. And then you can see here 12, 19.3, 18G, 18C, and 12.2 and 12.1. So anything you can go with that. I can go with the 12.2 here, and then it will add it to cart. So go back here, continue. So then this is what you can get it here. You can go with Linux x86 64, and you will see database software, client software, and your grid software. So what we are interested is our database software. I'll click on this license agreement, continue. And then you will get this download option here. So database software, this is the database software, like ending with 9960_01 .zip. So I already downloaded that. If I go here, U01 patches, if I do ls-ltr, so this is the one 9960-01.zip. So this is a file. It's already downloaded here. You can see this one 9960_01-01.zip. So if you unzip that one, that's the second step. Unzip that downloaded software. So if you use just unzip and then the zip file, so you will get something called database directory. So go inside that database directory. Done. So you will see this all the installation files. The run install is the one we're going to use it for the installation purpose. Right. So then what happens? That's your unzip, and then go into your the response file. The response file, you will see database response. So I'll just go here. I'll just mention this step here. So I'll just go here. I went inside my database. You can see user and patches database, and then I'll go inside my response file, and then I can see db install.rsp. I'll just take a copy of that one. Backup. Right, so I got a copy of that. Right, so this is backup, that's fine. So now I have this particular db install.rsp. I can simply do vi, and then there are a bunch of commands over there. You need to update all of them. So few of them are like first thing, what you need to update, who is the what is the your installation mode. First I'll start with the these three option here. You can see install db software only, install db and configure, install db and then configure, and then upgrade db. So I'll just do install db software only. I can come back here, come to this particular where is this one. So instead of this vim I can use. So vim will give you color option, so that easily you can differentiate that one. Oh, what happened? Okay, so now you can see the color option here, right? So that's pretty good. So now I'll do I'll go here. I'll just insert. So I can select simply this install db software. I just copy it and I can just paste it here. Okay, that's the first changes you have to do it. Okay, and then the second changes is who is the Unix group name. So I have a Unix group name called oinstall. I'll just mention here. I have a duplicate session here, Oracle test. So if I do ID Oracle, I can see this particular Oracle user has the oinstall as a primary group. So for that reason, I can just create it as a oinstall here. That's a second option. And the third option, what is your inventory location? So if I have this particular other terminal, I can do etc vara inst.loc is the one. So you can see etc vara inst.loc. It will tell you what is your central inventory location. So user on app Oracle, user on app vara inventory is my central inventory. If I go inside that, if I do, I can see this context.xml and then all of these things. This is my central inventory location. I can simply go here. I can give that central inventory location here. Okay, that's the third change you have to do it. And the next, very important, your Oracle home. You have to give what is your Oracle home. So if I can cat my etc Oracle tab. So as I said already, like I have 12c Oracle home here. User on app Oracle product 12.2.0.1 and db home 1. So what I'll do, I'll just go up to this 12.2 and then I'll just do ll. So I can see only db home 1 here. So what I'll do now, I'll go with the db home 2. So that's going to be user on app Oracle product, user on app Oracle product 12.2.0.1 and DB home underscore 2. This is my new DB home. I'm going to create with the silent mode. So I'll just go here and then I can put this DB home 2 here, right? So that's my second option. And the third is what is your Oracle base? So if I do here, this is my Oracle base U01 app Oracle. This is my Oracle base. So I'm just going to copy this one. I'll put it my Oracle base. So my Oracle base is ready. And then your Oracle base is ready. And then next is what software version, what software edition you want to install. You can see, right, EE Enterprise Edition and SC2 Standard Edition. So I'll go with the EE. Just I'll mention EE. That is EE. That is Enterprise Edition. Okay. Then rest of the things are your just groups. What all your groups? So I'll just default go with the O install for everything. O install. So this is your OS DBA group. If you want to go with the DBA as a DBA group, you can go with the DBA group. I'll OPER, who is OS OPER group. So I'll just go with the OPER O install. For everything, I'll just mention as a O install as a group. OS backup DBA, I'll just go with the O install. So I'll just mention O install for everything. So if you want to differentiate all the groups for the different operations, you can use the DBA, OPER, O install, and all those other things. So, but for now, for me in my lab environment, I'll just go with the O install as a default group. Right. So then what else? Okay, that's it. That's pretty much you are done with all the configuration whatever you needed for your Oracle home. So and then what I'll do next, I'll directly go. There's a one security updates. I'll just make it false. So these are like rack one node and DB rack install cluster. Everything I'll just leave it blank. So that is all not mandatory. I can say that's all not needed for my configuration. Then I will just what else I can. I just try to check what else I can see here. Install DB configuration. Okay, all these are not needed. So pretty much, I am done. I think there are like one or two security options. One is the security updates. So I'll just updates. I'll just do updates. Sorry, updates is a one. Okay. Okay. Security updates via my Oracle support. So you want security updates, and then you can give that security update if you want it. If you don't want it, then you can just make it false. So I don't want that security updates. So security updates via my Oracle support, I don't need it. I'll just mention it as a false. And then what else? So next, decline security updates, true. So I don't want that security updates. So I'll just make it true for my decline security updates. Right, so that's pretty much. So apart from that, I don't want to edit anything else. So I'll just save this particular response file. If I do cat now, this is how its simple response file looks like, right? So that's pretty much my response file is. Right, so now my response file is ready. I just copied the original one, I modified it, and then now I'll just go ahead and run the run installer. That's pretty much I have everything. So this is my response file modified one. So I'll just what I'll do, I'll just simply log into Oracle user. Right, so I'll just go into U01 patches, and then I'll go inside my database. Done. So this is my run installer. I can simply go and then run the run installer. So the command is run installer, ignore prerequisites, show progress, silent, the response file, and then that's pretty much. So I'll just go, I'll just copy this one, I'll minimize, I'll just run this one. Right, you can see, right, it'll do like temp space, swap space check, and then preparing to launch your Oracle Universal Installer. And then, it's pretty much done. So this is my log file. Let me see why. Okay, yeah, it started with this particular log file here. Ignoring prerequisite checks. So 8% done. That's prepared is successful. Copying the files in progress. That's progressing pretty good now. So you can easily go back to that other session and you can tail this particular log file. So tail -f, and then you can do this tail. You can see all these options here, right? Number of copying threads. Go back here, 17% done, 27% done. Okay, 32% done. Going pretty good now. Right, so 40% done. So you can go to this log. It's just a copying operations. So you can go here. I can just simply cancel this one. I can just go here. You can see the DB home is got created. DB home 2 is got created automatically. So earlier it was not there. Now it automatically got created. That's the beauty of your silent mode installation. So I'll just do tail and then go back to this other screen. You can see 65% done. So going pretty good now. And 75% done. Okay, 80% done. So copying all the files is successful. The linking libraries, you can go back and check the tail this log file. You can see a lot of output here. The linking, it will link all the binaries, all the executable files, right? That will take a lot of time. Not that a lot of time, but you have to check your log file and make sure that the linking is happening fine. So you can see this all linking is happening fine here. And then this linking is in progress. And you should get a message link successful. Okay, yeah, the link binary is successful. Setup file is in progress. Setup file successful. Setup inventory is in progress. So this is very, very important. So that's one of my part of post install checks. So you have to make sure that your inventory is updated properly. Okay, setting up inventory is in progress. That's great. Right, so a finished setup successful. The installation of Oracle database 12c was successful, and this is your log file. And the more detail you can find it in this log file. And setting up your base in progress. That is setup of base is done, and then as a root user you can execute this particular root script. So that is your here it is. You can see that root execute root script. That's the one we are now. So I'll just go here, and then I can just go to other screen. You can see, right, everything is successful here as per this log file. I'll just cancel this one, and then right now I'm at a root user here. I can simply copy this particular script, and then I can simply run here. Run. So successfully done. So this is a log file for that root execution. And so then the root execution is done. You can verify this particular log file. So this is a log file it is. You can just cat that one, and you will see that successfully what it has done here. So Oracle home bin, and then won't buy, and it updated my Vora tab, and then all those things. So that's all done now. So that pretty much concludes my Oracle database installation. So if I go to my final verification step, so you can go here, and this is your Oracle home ls patches. Ideally you don't see any patches because this is a brand new Oracle home. That should be okay. Opatch and opatch. Sorry, the command is opatch/opatch, and then the next command also /opatch. Right. So that's pretty much that's installation steps here. So right now I'll not be seeing any patches here. So there are no interim patches here. So if I do ls inventory also, I don't see any patches over there. Right. So yeah. Copy succeeded, no interim patches found. So and then the other way to verify is you have to go to your central inventory. So again, how you can verify your central inventory? Cat etc vora inst.loc. That will tell you where is your central inventory. So then I will just go into that central inventory context.xml, and then you can see this inventory.xml. So this is the inventory.xml. You can cat that one and you should see your DB Home 2. So if DB Home 2 is updated into your central inventory, it means your Oracle Home perfectly installed and no need to worry at all on that. So this is the way you can install your Oracle Home without a GUI mode. So that's a pretty simple, and that will be used most of the banking and finance sector where GUI mode is not set up. They will not allow GUI mode because of the security concerns and security risks. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover using the GUI mode. And simply I can show you demo on this GUI mode run installer, so that you have to go to your server with a GUI mode. So that's pretty much you can see here. So you have to log in with the Oracle user with the GUI mode that you need to set up. That's a different story. So you can go into user one patches, a database, and then just do LL, and you can see all this the uninstalled software. You can just do run installer. As I said here, you just need to do a run installer as a GUI mode. The moment you do run installer, it will prompt you for the GUI mode. You have to do click next, and you have to pass all those parameters, and then you have to continue with the installation process. That will complete your setup. That's the user interaction mode. So it's a pretty easy GUI mode, but command line, if you pass the response file properly, that also will successfully install your Oracle Home. So if I say yes, continue, and then create and configure database, no, install database software only. You can select this one, install database software only. Next, and then you want to install your single database installation, just go with that. And then enterprise edition or the standard edition, enterprise edition we selected, go with that. And then this is your Oracle base, and this is your Oracle Home. Like we selected 12.2.0.1, and we selected DB Home 2. You can select DB Home 3, and then go next. And then we selected everything as a O install. So if you want to go with a different user, you can go with, or else you can default go with the O install as your group. So I'll just go with the next, and then that's pretty much. So you can see here, like that will be done. So that's done. You can just ignore this prerequisite checks and just install. It will start with the installation of your Oracle Home 3. So I'm not going to continue with that because I just wanted to show in this particular demo on how the silent installation works. So that's pretty much for what is planned for today's session. We'll meet in the next session, guys. Until then, thank you.